powerful right now. I don't really have any way to tell you the actual winds and things, but it is absolutely blowing now. These are the strongest winds I've seen. Alright, what they're saying on this storm here, and as you can see, if the map's pretty clear, where the blue is, it's heading directly towards the Batangas area there. That this storm is reminding these people here of Hurricane Andrew, the power that it hit with when it hit Homestead, Florida. So you can just imagine what the weak wooden structures and a lot of bamboo houses and stuff on this eastern shoreline is dealing with. And those outer islands you're seeing where the blue is, you can't even see them. They're already under the second part. The eye has not quite reached them, but they're already dealing with 100-mile-an-hour winds.
In Bicol region, my cousin just posted on Facebook that they are on a signal number 4 now.
And we actually have the storm that's posting up on here on the screen below. I think it's Asante or something like that. That's actually another storm that's supposed to be hitting here Thursday.
After Raleigh, they'll be showing.
But this is your best view. And right here, you can see this is where we live right here. And they're expecting it to move right now. This island right here now is underneath the outer bands. And then we're sitting right here. That's Manila Bay right here. And we sit right there. We're about 35 to 40 miles south of Manila, heading toward the Batangas.
That's the location.
Yeah, because you can see this is Batangas Bay, port here, the water. And that's Manila Bay. We live basically in the middle of the two. But they were hoping that it was weakening, but actually on this last report from Force 13, they said that our wall reformed, and that's normally a sign of this strengthening. Now we won't get an update here for 45 minutes, and then if I can keep Gigi awake, we'll do another update on here. But what I want to do is just a documentary of this, and that's what this is about. We're going to document this. I'm the type of person that can stay up all night, so I'm going to do some when the winds actually start approaching to show the different levels, when the outer winds get here and the stronger winds get here. So we'll keep you posted.
Hi, good morning guys. This is our update weather after the typhoon. So everything is fine. There's no damage. Kitten is alive. And it's sunny today. My plants were fine. So definitely no weather. Weather is finished. Hi guys, good morning and good evening everyone.
Sorry about the eyes, that's called no sleep.
No sleep eyes.
Really, we're just going to wrap this video up.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
We lucked out. We really lucked out here. The storm made its fourth landfall here in our province, Batangas, but it was south enough so we just got a lot of the very strong winds. Her hometown,
Bicol,
and the area, what's the other little island, the first island?
The Catanduanes, that is an island, the first landfall of Typhoon Raleigh.
We haven't seen any reports out of it. The death count is actually very surprising. It's very low, which is great. And you know, we say a lot of negative things a lot of times about the public officials here, but I will say this, their evacuation plan for a storm of this magnitude, did a really good job. I see a lot of lives were saved with these evacuation plans.
They were used to typhoon because typhoon usually pass in vehicles, so they know that if there's a typhoon, the government official will make a way of forced evacuation. And
Yeah, but
they already
being
built
I'm
evacuation
from an area
centers.
that gets a lot of hurricanes. Like my state's had 3 already this year. It's one thing to have an evacuation order, and the second to get people to follow it. And for them to, and I know a lot of people were confused. They were thinking I was saying 195 kilometers per hour. No, no. When this storm hit that first island, its wind temperature was 195 miles per hour. You know, don't get confused. In America, we've never seen that kind of stuff. And on top of it, it had some gusts of 230. You know, so we still don't know about that first island, so we crossing our fingers on
I
it.
still don't have posts on Facebook about Catanduanes. Mostly we're in Albay, Legazpi Albay.
And that was
which
from
is
the mudslide.
yeah, close to Mayon volcano. So
Yeah.
they have a mudslide, a mud flooding.
Yeah, volcanic ash has overflowed people's houses, and it's still an active volcano, and there's lots of debris. But her city, Legazpi City, had 0 fatalities, which I thought was fantastic. And like at ours, I haven't seen any notice of any fatalities here in Batangas, and we've had a lot of flooding issues and stuff like that.
I'm in Naga City, so Legazpi is in Mayon volcano.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I haven't. All the fatalities I've seen, there was a young child that got swept away in the floodwaters, a 5-year-old, but most of the others were from the mudslide overflowing their houses before they could get out. Some of them were just buried alive, you know. But really, they shouldn't be there in the first place. A lot of these guys work as tour guides. When people want to go see the volcano, they take them as there's a limit as how close you can get to Mayan volcano. So most of the ones living there working as tour operators or farmers, one of the two.
And yesterday, other day, I was watching that the landfall will be on Tanawan, which is our area. But what happens last night, it landfall in Dubo, Batangas, which is closer to the ocean.
Yeah, right where the port is, in the southern part.
Yeah.
So we lucked up. I mean, the one thing I think I may have discussed earlier, and I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it, this storm was so intense, it stayed small. And the eye was only like 13 miles. It was a very small eye. So our province is huge. Our province from the Batangas port up to here where we're at is 30, 40 miles. So it hit with the eye in the southern part, but we just got the outer wind. Now, we had some gusts here over 100 miles an hour, you know, for long periods of time. But we're so well protected, like we talked about earlier in our concrete walls, I never felt unsafe. I feel very safe in this area here. We don't have to worry about flooding at all. We're at the top of the road. Where the road goes into the town, we're at the very top. And even though it looks like we're down in the subdivision, we are, but we're still at the top of the peak of the area.
It's very safe.
We still have some concerns. She hasn't heard from her lady she works for. She tried calling her, but we were able to talk to the kids all last night, Kate and Bea.
The power went off around 3 in the afternoon.
12 hours.
Went back at 3 o'clock.
We were very lucky. I was really planning for 2 or 3 days. That was my plan. The minimum I thought we'd be looking for 2 days with no power, because I saw like in her area down there, like a lot of even the big steel telephone poles get knocked over. So I didn't know what we were getting
There's a lot
here.
of trees that was knocked over.
But we, you know, like I say, we have a false sense here because we don't really have anything to destroy with these few little trees. That's why I don't really have anything to show during a storm. And of course, I'm not going to go out on the main road or anything; it's too dangerous. But here, there's not much to see. We only got the one big tree. And between the 2 storms we've had this week, it's already been stripped of almost all of its leaves, so there's nothing to catch the wind. And then back there behind the school, I can see a lot of the trees kind of getting messed up back there. But the main thing that the video here is it shows that even a 195-mile-an-hour storm, if you're prepared, you can survive it. And like I said, my thumbs up to the public officials, because it looks like they did a really good job of getting everybody prepared and getting everybody into shelters. Because I'll be honest with you, I was expecting the death count to be scary, to be astronomical. So I'm very pleased, very happy for all the Filipinos that are able to walk away from this. I've seen some people online already looking for loved ones, and I'm hoping they find them. But they were people that were around the volcano. You know, that they were looking for people that lived close to that volcano where that mudslide was. But the flooding and stuff that I saw wasn't that bad, except for you. If you lived in that house and you're getting all that muddy water, of course it's horrible. But living in Jones Springs, you know, I've had water up above my wainscoting on my wall 4 or 5 feet in my...
Which one that I showed you? It's in Albay, right?
Right.
You can see the roof.
Right. You couldn't even see the windows. The water was above the windows.
The family is already on the top of the roof and waiting for the rescue team.
And that's why I'm still concerned about that first island, because that was the second landfall. Where she's talking about this Albay in her area, that was the second landfall with the Bico and all these other. The first one was this island. And actually the island, being small, it hit the bottom half, just like it did this here in Batangas. It hit the bottom half. And it was the biggest area, city, whatever you want to call it, town, municipality
so
of that island.
as long when the Typhoon Rolly hit Catanduanes, it become a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
Right.
What I explained to her is...
Before it landfall in Batangas,
right,
it's
way
weaker. So
70, 80 miles an hour weaker. What I saw in this, and I'm not a meteorologist and I don't pretend to be one, but I will tell you what I surmised by watching this. This thing was so intense, so powerful, at 195 miles an hour, and it was moving at 25 kilometers an hour. So it was moving. I picture it like if you see a Corvette doing 200 miles an hour down the road and slamming into a brick building. It completely dissipates all of its energy. And that's what happened this day. When it slammed into that first island, I thought it'd just skirt over and keep on going.
There is some in part of vehicle that the seawall was totally damaged.
Right, and there was one dam that broke. One dam broke also. Dike. No, it wasn't a dam. Let me reword it because I know somebody's going to correct me. It was a dike, they call it here. So the dikes tend to be a lot smaller, not like a big dam. But from what I can see, all of her family seems to be safe. Everybody.
I sent someone a message if he can go and visit my house in Bicol to check and take pictures because I don't have any idea. What
they
happened.
still have their family home in Bicol. It's rented out to a church.
Yeah.
But it's a big home. It's a nice home. So her and her brothers are still trying to get some word on that house, make sure it wasn't damaged, because that is the second stop of the storm. But we're 100% fine. We're safe. We got a good night's sleep. Some of us slept more than others. But I still can take me a nap. That's why I got the red eye here. But we just want to pray that first island, that people were in shelters, schools. Luckily here, most complexes like a school or municipality building are concrete. So if they were able to get them off the shoreline and get them inside those schools and municipal buildings, hopefully everybody went and they're safe. That's the only thing. But we may do another update or whatever. I may post something on Facebook once we hear about that island. But I just assume they can't get there right now. That's why we haven't heard no updates. I haven't heard zero about that island.
And this morning we watched the other news of the other typhoon is coming, Shawnee, but it will hit the northern part of Philippines. So.
Above Batanes, up in that area, above Baguio. So, and it's going to be more like a tropical storm. So really no concern. We may see some outer band rain showers, but not concerned of it.
Batanes Island.
So hopefully we're through with this much excitement for a while. Having 2 typhoons in the same week is kind of much.
One of my friends posted on Facebook, even the typhoon has no social distancing.
Right behind each other, they hold hand. Actually, the reason the second typhoon is weak is because the first one was so powerful, it was shearing the winds off the top of it. So it weakened it. So that helped. You know, anything helped. But we still counting the days to 2020 to be over with. We're tired of 2020. Let's get out of it. You know, 2021 needs to be a lot better to make up.
So fast.
We need to
2021
needs to make up for 2020. It needs to do a lot of good things happen in 2021.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well I'll turn it over to her.
So hope you like our video. It will be probably this will be a part 2 of part 1 because it's easy to upload a shorter video and so that people will not be bored watching. So hope you like our video. Please give us a thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe, and
ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Thank you for watching and
Bye-bye.
see you in the next video.
Everybody stay safe.